channel. Let's go ahead and see what the next 72 hours has in store for you. Of course, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, like the video if you enjoy it, whether you're new or not. And let's go ahead and see what the general energy looks like just as a whole for you. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What does the next 72 hours have in store for them? Oh, okay, we got a card that flipped out. So we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Two of Pentacles, and we also have the Six of Pentacles. So overall energy, if I can talk, there's a huge focus on money, how you can get to a place to reach financial balance, especially if there has been a lot of money that's been being poured out. Okay, there may be certain family members that's been asking for money, there may be certain bills. It's just certain things where it's like, okay, financially I want to get to a place to where I can balance my expenses. And also for others of you, it's not even just expenses. It could be having multiple things that you're trying to do to make money. Like you could have multiple gigs or multiple things that you do outside of just work, where it's like, I would love to have a balance around how money is flowing. It does also talk about, outside of money, a balance in energy. I think that you're kind of sick and tired of being that person that's the motivator, the supporter, the, person that pours into things that you or people that you care about. And it could feel quite draining when that energy isn't reciprocated back in a way where it's appreciated. And you could be asking questions like, okay, do I have certain people around me that are just here to take? Or are they actually going to offer, back in exchange? Another thing that I'm seeing, if there's like unequal communication with somebody, I think that you're getting really tired of that as well, where it's like, okay, I don't know how many times I'm going to keep reaching out to you or trying to make an attempt to build a relationship with you when you're not even being consistent. I think that you're really getting tired of someone's inconsistencies. Now, going deeper, what is the overarching energy for my Pisces in terms of the advice? What is the advice that my Pisces need to hear for the next 72 hours? I have the Page of Pentacles, the Strength card in reverse, and also the Devil. So you guys could have somebody around you. The zodiac signs I do have here, they don't have to be specifically these signs though. I have Capricorn energy and also Leo energy. If there is a desire to fix a friendship or a relationship with someone, understand the implications of what comes with this relationship. There could be some things that this person is still working through, and in you like trying to maintain that relationship, this could be, they have a fear of vulnerability, or they have a fear of confronting things that they feel, or they have a ego problem, or they could have a issue with, being cheated on in the past. This could manifest as misunderstandings. So understand that problems that could be popping up between you and somebody who you are either trying to potentially build a relationship with or just have in your life, a lot of the problems could kind of stem from deeper things. And not saying you have to put up with it, but understand that they, if I can talk, that this may be something that they're struggling with, okay? And that it's not anything personal to you, even though it is affecting you. So you got to make your decision on whether or not this is something you want to put up with or not, is what I'm trying to say. Another piece of advice, when it comes to whatever you're working on, you may have some people around you who have their own negative impressions of what you can and cannot do. So just be mindful of who you're sharing your plans with and who you're letting in on those plans, because they may not necessarily have the same vision as you and could be projecting what they think they can and cannot do. Okay. Another piece of advice is to keep the people who are positive light around you during this time frame. Don't go into self-isolation to where you're blocking off people who do have good energy. Block out the negative, yes, with the Devil card and with the Strength card in reverse, but definitely keep the friends, the energy from certain individuals in your life that's positive. Everyone doesn't have to get the boot. And some of you have been feeling that way. So here's a piece of advice. Don't cut everyone off yet before you go all in. Now, what is the possible challenge that my Pisces may face during the next 72 hours? So I have the Seven of Wands, the Moon card, and also the Two of Cups. So the possible challenge, there may be someone who's trying their hardest to be like secretive or elusive about things so that they can have the upper hand. So don't feed into someone intentionally, leaving you on red so that they can make you really anxious, or doing these things to kind of play like manipulative games to basically get you to worry and get you to doubt. For others of you, the challenge is some of you may be actually blocked by somebody, or you may be blocking someone during this time frame, and you could be worried about whether or not this connection is just completely at its end point or not. Another challenge is just general anxiety. The Moon card to me screams like, I don't know where this is going to go, or I don't know how this is going to play out. So there could be things that you're working on, and yeah, maybe you're running into like little things here and there that are a bit challenging, but you could be really worried about like whether or not you're on the right path in your career, or what you're going to school for is for the, right path for you. And this could make you doubt things that you already have been seeing progress. And so you have to defend what you're working on by remembering the reason why you even got into these things in the first place. What were your intentions when you began these things or started these things or this thing? For myself, it could just be more so challenging to connect with someone, period. You just may not feel like there's anyone who you're meeting on a romantic front that's even worth pursuing. So that could be the challenging thing. It's like I would love to let someone in my life, but I also have such a high barrier of entry, or I'm getting to a place to where I'm a lot pickier in terms of what I spend my energy and time in. So this could make you worry a bit about whether or not there's love coming in the future. Now, going into love, let's talk about that. What's going on with my Pisces love life for the next 72 hours? I have the Queen of Wands that flew out. I have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and I also have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So there could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo of significance during this time frame. It doesn't even have to be a fire sign, but there's someone who you're really, really attracted to. You could just wonder when this person is going to open up. Like they could have a problem with maybe speaking how they feel, or being more, forthright in terms of like communicating and just participating in building the connection. And it could just make you wonder like, okay, am I overanalyzing things? Am I doing too much? For my single Pisces, you could be at a place to where your confidence is definitely getting a lot stronger, especially if you've been working on your personal looks and you've been, working on yourself, period. You could be in a more confident space. It's just this question of whether or not the person that you're going to deal with is able to not necessarily be a headache. That could be a worry for you, especially if you found such a good equilibrium while being single. It's like, okay, if I put myself back out there, is this going to be a headache? For my Pisces who are in a relationship, there could be certain things that you're trying to do to get your person to ease their mind if they have been just on edge, especially when it comes to like their past. For others of you, you could be trying your best to not necessarily worry about the future of things so much and just kind of go with the flow, even though it is nerve-wracking. Now, going into career and finance, what's going on with my Pisces with that? So we have the Seven of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and we also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So with career and finance, this kind of was going into, or these cards are going into what I was kind of seeing. I hope you guys can still see me. I just got like a phone call in the middle of me being live. Let me make sure really quick before I continue, because that threw me off. Let me see. Let me make sure. I think you guys can still see me, but I can't see myself. You guys can? Okay, cool. I'm just going to continue. I can't see myself, but I'm going to assume you guys can still see me. You said yes, so we're good. Okay, so in terms of career and finance, what I see with that, so I have the Seven of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and I also have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So this was kind of going, or this is going into what I was saying earlier in terms of you guys having multiple things that you could be interested in or really good at, or may even find yourself like wanting to balance your time with, let's say, maybe two things that you're doing. I think that this time frame is going to challenge you to look beyond just your perception of what you can and cannot do and push the limits. Maybe you will have to, divvy a certain amount of time in the morning so that you can do said creative thing. Or maybe you will have to balance, work in the midst of you going to school. But pushing yourself in terms of capabilities and not being in this energy of worrying about the outcome per se is what's going to push you forward during this time frame. Also, there could be certain things that you're not too sure about within an existing job. You could feel like you get mixed energy from either higher ups that you work with or other coworkers that you have. There could even be somebody at the job where you don't really know if they may have a crush on you or they like to do like this high school play thing. So there is this question around like, why is someone constantly like on your back? That's another little sidebar in terms of work. But outside of that, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you could feel like you're tired of a job not seeing you for how much you put into the company. And some of you will be talking to, the higher ups in terms of you getting a raise or you getting a promotion. It may be time. Okay, but I do see time being like a big element around work related stuff. It looks like you guys are trying to manage not only how you spend your money, but also how you're managing your time. But this is what I see as a whole. I hope that this was helpful and did give you insight. If you enjoyed, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe so that you never miss a beat, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.